right, hello everybody. A good time zone to you and a good time zone to all. My name is Barbecue and bringing you another matchup here in the Roulette Rivals 7 tournament. This time between Rommel of the Far East versus Fuzk. This is a lower bracket round 2 match, so this is a first to 4 type of situation. And if everything is correct and if I understand correctly, I'm joined for this shoutcast today by Crewdy, new addition to the shoutcaster team and our first co-cast together. Crewdy, are you there, sir? Can you hear me?
Yes, I hope I'm here.
Yes, I hear you. I believe chat should be able to hear you. How you doing today, Crewdy?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad.
Awesome, good to hear. Always good when it's roulette time, right?
Yep, definitely.
And we got a good one here for sure. This is a fight for survival. It's a desperate fight for survival when we are in the lower bracket because only one player can continue. If you do not win, you exit the competition, but if you do win, you survive to continue to fight another day in the lower bracket. Now, we are just a minute out from our spin here. Let's take a quick look at our players' statistics. As we can see, we have Rommel of the Far East with 2 wins, 3 losses, and 1 draw out of a total of, six matchups on Miami. And Fuzk with 1 win, 2 losses, and 2 draws. As we mentioned earlier today, just this morning we were talking about a Miami spin, but unfortunately that match never came to be. But it doesn't hurt to remind everybody that our map record for a player completing a spin on Miami is held by Yanini with a time of 5 minutes 23 seconds set back in Roulette Rivals 3. Feels like forever ago when Roulette Rivals 3 would have been, but not all that long ago actually. Our spin is going to be here in just a couple seconds. Crewdy, would you care to break it down for us?
Yep, sure thing.
Awesome.
Ooh. Nope, because my OBS has crashed.
Okay, well then I will take the
good time.
I will take the first spin here then. We have Sierra Knox eliminated using a falling object disguised as the Shake, and Robert Knox eliminated using an SMG disguised as the Race Marshal. Right. So, falling object for Sierra. I like to see this.
Yeah, it's a good one.
That's definitely a good one. My mind turns to the car in the Kronstadt garage. That counts as a falling object. She also does path along under a couple of speakers.
The speaker's a good one if you can time it.
Very sensitive to timing. Obviously, they will have to get the Shake disguise. That can be a bit tricky of a grab, depending on how they choose to go about it.
Yeah, kind of laid out depending. Most people just go straight for a seeker in that case.
Yeah.
Or an emetic bomb of some description. You can get him a few other ways, but it's tricky.
Yeah, definitely getting him 6 so that he puts himself in the bathroom would be the way to go. So Rommel has loaded in here as the waiter. Believe he grabbed the bag of sugar. I'd be surprised if he didn't. And
he did indeed.
Fuzk did a quick replay in there. I don't think he liked where he initially chose to spawn in, or maybe with his loadout, so he did a quick replan, but he's now in as the Kronstadt engineer.
Yeah, interesting start.
Rommel's going to work on getting the Shake here. It looks like that's his first priority, but ooh, that bartender is going to give him some trouble. Doesn't get ripped somehow. Fuzk trying to shoot open that door with the SMG, not having a lot of luck. Looked like that door did not want to budge.
There's a couple of doors on this level that are rock solid.
Can't even convince them to open with an SMG, so gonna have to plan around that.
There's a few notorious doors like that across the trilogy that just refuse to open.
I know there's one for a fact in Santa Fortuna. I'm pretty sure one heading into the caves, and that one will really jam you up without a key card. So Rommel has got the bomb on the Shake. Fuzk, meanwhile, has grabbed that Race Marshal disguise that is sat on the overpass there, just within view of his laptop, overlooking the race.
He's freebie pretty much.
More or less, yeah.
This is interesting. We've got two completely different strategies, which is really good. I love
Always-
seeing different strategies.
Yes, always appreciate seeing the targets being taken out in
Really
opposite
interesting
order.
to see who is faster here.
Mm-hmm. So
Rommel's
looking for a jump prompt.
not
but
having much luck.
Not going to find it there. And here goes Fuzk making the jump on Robert. Boom. Robert is down. One down, one to go for Fuzk.
Fuzk has got a good chic lure. He's looking good, I would say, at the moment. With having Bobby down already.
Yeah, definitely easy to get Robert
This
first.
is all going to tie up in about 3 or 4 minutes once they kind of meet in the middle.
Do a quick refresh here of our overlay just to make sure those images come back. Oh, they haven't come back. Let's see. Should refresh when it comes active. Sorry, we're just trying to get the overlay graphics updated. It looks like Rommel ripped there, unfortunately. Fuzk has a huge advantage now. 2 minutes of in-game time.
And he's already on his way to assume the Kronstadt garage.
Yeah, he's probably gonna get... You think we're gonna see him get Sierra down on the floor first and then get into the shake disguise?
Yeah, I guess he's probably going to go for a sugar lure.
Oh, for sure.
I would imagine get the one from behind the paddock. Start from Rommel.
Now, the Shake would be trespassing in the Kronstadt garage, so he could do his peekaboo in the Shake disguise if he needed, so there's no real rush to try and catch Sierra. You know, obviously...
Yeah, actually, he's going to struggle because the Kronstadt security isn't illegal in the garage, so he is going to need a different disguise if he's going to do the peekaboo, which I hope he knows.
Wonder what he's
that's
thinking of doing here.
Pretty much the only disguise that can go in the garage.
Rommel's continuing to emetic bomb the Shake there to get that disguise. Fuzk now still, he's got Robert down, and he wants to play the Sierra kill smoothly. Hopefully no restarts. That would shift a big advantage back to Rommel.
Yeah, Fuzk has a huge advantage at the moment. Standard sugar strat. I always prefer the sugar strat.
Yeah, I tend to go that way too. The dongle certainly has its uses and it can be more optimal spin dependent, but I think most players probably start by learning the sugar strat on Miami, and it's where I feel safest and most at home with as well. Perfectly viable.
I think most of the time you're going to go waiter or food vendor start here, so the easiest option. Sometimes you can go race marshal, because they could have started race marshal and ended the race quickly by going over the bridge.
Sure.
They've obviously neither of them decided to do that, but that is also a viable start strat here.
Right, you are. And so Rommel's in there as the Shake. Now Fuzk, he's not in a trespassing disguise. Does he realize this?
No,
And that's
I don't know.
not a trespassing disguise
He does
either.
have a phone, so I don't know if he's going to try and lure him with a phone. I think he might have just realised that that's not trespassing either.
Yeah, I wonder what...
Unless
that's
he's going for the speaker, in which case he's going to have to be very fast at getting a race marshal.
Sure, yeah. He's got himself
The only other option after that, I believe, is... So I don't even know if you can get her on the podium.
Yeah, there's... I don't believe there's any falling objects over there.
No.
What's he doing? He just threw the snail up and over. Sierra's walking on the... Is she going to go investigate that? She's not...
I need to refresh and come a little bit behind you.
She's just walking on the red carpet now.
Yeah, I don't know where else.
Now he's got to find the snail that
now.
he threw. Oh, it is the phone. Okay. Yeah, he's trying to lure her back here.
Yeah, unless he's going to try and bring her into here.
Will that work? I feel like she would VIP. Oh, it does work. How about that? Okay. Well, this is only part of the problem here. Because now he's got to drag her. Oh, and he gets spotted making that KO on Sierra. He gets himself compromised. That's a painful rip there.
So Rommel has changed strat, and he's started as the race marshal this time.
Interesting catch. Yeah, so he's started. I don't think he's actually
That would be
changed
my
the outcome of the
personal
race. He hasn't done anything as far as disqualifying anybody yet.
I mean, you could have Sierra down pretty quickly here if you end the race and go straight for the speaker.
Sure, but there is no real rush to try and get Sierra. You know, you can summon her at any point you wish, basically, either by ending the race as the race marshal or, you know, doing the pit stop and the sugar as the mechanic. Those are all player decides when they want to do it.
One of the rare levels where you can actually call both targets to you at any point, so you're not bound by where they are on the map effectively on this one. It's quite a rare instance, I think, that you can pull both targets whenever you want.
Sure. Yeah, Miami does give you good control over the targets in that way. Obviously, that depends a little bit on the spin conditions. Consumed poison can be trickier, especially for Sierra as opposed to Robert.
Yes.
Yeah, Miami's a bit friendlier in that way, that you can sort of call the targets to you when you are ready for most of the kills.
Yeah.
So Fuzk is back as the race marshal, doing the lure on Robert, and it looks like Rommel's having the same, doing the same moves right now.
Yeah, both in the same position pretty much now. That's because they're a bit quicker, but
the timing on this is a little bit tight for Fuzk. Ooh, he gets himself behind that box just in time.
I'm always wary of that box. I've been ripped a number of times behind the box.
Yeah, you also
sometimes can be a bit of an awkward one.
Sometimes it's also worth waiting a bit for Robert on his pathing, because if he's really close to that room when you shoot the laptop, you may not even have enough time to get up there and get into position.
Yeah, he'll just instantly turn around.
So Rommel's getting ready to make his move now as well. Fuzk gets the kill on Robert. Rommel is making his move now as well.
Yeah, we've got a good race on our hands now.
Yeah, both players are certainly have you know, they've ripped and restarted a number of times each, so they're certainly feeling the pressure.
Another option would be potentially to go for the dongle lure, get the Sheik en route, but I don't know if either of them would want to chance that at this point.
Sure.
Depends how ambitious they are. I mean, Miami's quite a straightforward map in terms of roulette.
Yeah, I think so.
Generally got the same ISOs most of the time, but there is ways you can optimize it if you're willing to give it a go, but it's a whole different bag when you're actually in a tournament against somebody. So
oh yeah, especially if you decide to try out a new strat suddenly on the fly, because there's a lot at stake if you should decide to.
Yeah, you've always got that in the back of your mind thinking, do I try it or do I not? But
yeah, like how risky
a lot of the time it's not worth it.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
There you go. Fuzk has changed into the waiter this time.
You will pay the price in blood for any mistakes. So it is quite cutthroat, these matchups here, especially as we get deeper into the tournament. Round 2, round 3, round 4.
Yeah.
Everyone is in it to survive. So now Fuzk is in the garage in his trespassing disguise this time. I do think he.
Yeah, he made sure to change out this time.
Yeah, he doesn't want to have to try and lure Sierra back behind that barrier. If he can catch her in
Rommel's
here.
Gone the opposite way, and he's gone straight for the Sheik, so he's going to go straight in as the Sheik.
I like that approach. I gotta say, you're saving yourself a bit of work here.
Yeah, a bit less back and forward doing it that way. He's on a bit of a slow walk though, the Sheik.
So here goes Fuzk with the sugar lure. Rommel getting the shake. Not taking his disguise, though.
That's interesting. I would have thought unless he's going to try and go and get the sugar, but I don't think you can pick up the sugar as the... I think the kitchen's still trespassing for the Kronstadt security as well, so...
Well, we'll find out here in just a second.
Oh, no, okay, I'm mistaken there.
Right, so he goes through.
I didn't know.
He does get some sugar. Now we all know Kronstadt security is allowed in the kitchen. This building is branded with Kronstadt all over it, so I guess it does make sense.
Even with I'd say I've got quite a good knowledge of Miami, but even I can still learn stuff.
Oh yeah, we all have room for learning things, that's for sure. Fuzk gets the peekaboo there on Sierra. She is down. Now, where do we think we're going to see him drag? I would presume the car lift, but speaking from experience, that is a difficult thing to pull off.
I think that's his only option now that he's KO'd her.
Yeah. It's going to have to be...
Car lift is safer in terms of it's not time dependent, but the speaker is always going to be quicker, so it's going to be interesting to see what they go for.
Sure. So the other issue here with these mechanics is that if you tranquilize them, at least this is how I understand it, if you tranquilize the guards and then you drag their bodies, if those bodies get discovered, you get red guns. You will only get green guns if they are discovered where they fall after being tranquilized.
Yes, you can drag a target after they've been tranquilized and keep green guns, but you can't with a standard NPC.
Sure. And yeah, I actually learned that by trying to get this very same kill on Sierra in one of our Miami matchups. I had some unfortunate rips. You've got to worry about those two mechanics working on the lifted car, and also that mechanic who's out in the sort of yard in front of the garage area looking at the Kronstadt car.
Yeah, he will hear the car lift as soon as you drop it. So
and additionally, there's also there's additionally an event security who's sort of hanging out on the red carpet on the other side of the wire fence. He can see through into that garage area as well, so there are a lot of eyes to deal with there when you try to set up this falling object kill. It's not necessarily easy.
In chat said, what's the speaker? So the speaker is literally just outside. As soon as they come out of the garage and start walking on the red carpet, the speaker is just over the door, and she will, whether she wins or loses, she will always go out there, but there can be a little bit of RNG. Yeah, that speaker, which unfortunately...
Yeah, Fopper actually uses it to get the kill, but yeah.
Yeah, that was not going to work from there, unfortunately.
But that's the speaker right there, right over the red carpet.
Yeah, so it's a little bit time dependent. It can be a tiny bit RNG. Yeah, it's faster, but a little bit more risky, I would say.
Yeah, and as you said, very sensitive to timing. You gotta time it just right, and you also have to hope that your shot doesn't miss. Probably using a sniper rifle to hit the bracket would be preferable to make sure you don't miss. But even then, still can be tricky to time.
That was super risky from that position.
So Fuzk now sitting here 7 minutes into the spin, or excuse me, we're just over 15 minutes since the spin was given to the players. Fuzk is 7 minutes into this particular run. He's opting to try and get a briefcase out here, like a thrown audio lure, but that's not going to bring either of them.
You can. There is a certain place on the window, I believe. Like if you throw it right at the bottom of the window frame, I think he will come out. But it's a very specific throw.
It seems the Sheikh is seeing him throw it as well. He's sort of he's seeing him through the window.
Yeah, if you stand at the bottom of the steps and throw it towards the window, you can get it, but it can be a tough shot. So. I'm guessing he hasn't brought emetics with him.
Now he does get the Sheikh out of his booth, and Hector, I believe that's Hector Delgado, walking away. He's relying on his coins here? No, I think he's relying on a briefcase.
Briefcase, yeah, he's gonna try and lure him down, I think.
Sheikh does not want to go for it.
Sheikh's too important to be picking up a briefcase.
That's right. He's here in Miami to talk about cocaine with the Delgados. He can't be bothered. Oh, speak of the devil, I actually think he's coming out to take a look at it now. Yep, here he goes on the stairs. I don't know if Fuzk was trying to get a chain lure, but that's not going to work. What? Someone's running to investigate this body that was discovered here.
He'd be...
Oh, this is messy.
He'd have got lucky if the Sheikh had seen him there. That would have helped him a lot, actually.
Why? He aimed directly at the... He aimed his weapon directly at the Sheikh. Oh, Fuzk.
Back to square one.
Yeah, back to square one. Rommel now with a strong advantage.
He's trying to do it without emetics, which he's going to struggle with. I mean, there are ways. You can... I know there's a way with a mixed tape, but it's going to be tough without emetics to get the Sheikh, realistically.
Now, bringing the crowbar, I gotta say, is an interesting choice. Miami is a map with several crowbars to grab. One is straight off, right near the dolphin fountain start. Now, this is very different from his start location of choice, but even if he were to start at the dolphin fountain, you could make it up to that race overpass in 20 seconds.
There's also one when he goes through to get the waiter disguise. There's one in there as well, so I don't know if he's using it before that, but...
Right.
Yeah, there is this map is littered with crowbars and such.
Sure. Oh,
watch out for that enforcer. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy is that guy's annoying to deal with. You actually can bypass him by running up into the stands. There's stairs that take you up into the stands, and it's a very parallel to the path that he walks on. So you can just kind of bypass him by running in the stands a little bit. I learned that by
a lot of people
rewatching
do
one of
have
my
that
matches.
hardwired in their brains. I know I do from ripping to that guy far too many times.
Oh yeah, same. And actually my match versus Fuzk on Miami, I elected to wait for him down, in the crowd there instead of running up the stairs. I'm just sharing this tip now because if we can save other people from making an obvious mistake, then learn from the wisdom or learn from the experience of other players. That'll make you better at roulette than just learning from only
watch what we
mistakes you
do and
make.
do the opposite.
Right. So Fuzk back to square one. Rommel 40 seconds into his run. Fuzk 15 seconds into his.
Yeah, we are back to pretty much level pegging again now.
Sure. The players with very equal footing here. I think Fuzk has the right idea with getting this fast race marshal and getting Bobby with the laptop. It's just that's all said and done in under 2 minutes.
Yeah, this is a rare spin where Bobby actually is a more logical choice to go first. There's not many spins where Bobby is the logical first choice in theory, but
sure. But yeah, this is one where he definitely is.
Disguise has led them to pretty much parallel now. Definitely got a race on again.
Rommel got a lot of whoosh on his way out the window there. There's a Kronstadt engineer who is very annoying. He sits there and watches the TV. He's got some very annoying head turn, but he doesn't get ripped. Oh no, Fuzk has bad luck here with this guard separation from Bobby, but he does not get ripped
got away
there.
With that. The one time Bobby decides to look the other way.
Yeah, something, I don't know why this happens. It's especially prominent in Hitman 3, but as NPCs decide to walk through doorways, sometimes they'll just kind of like stop and do a half turn and then continue on walking through it. And oh no,
Silvio does it
Robert
a lot
screamed.
in Sapienza.
Robert screamed and Rommel's pulled the attention of these guards in the Kronstadt room here.
Say he should be able to stop them. He should be okay.
Yeah, I think he just ran in there to drop a weapon and then pick it up real quick. So nice save there by Rommel. Quick thinking.
Has put Fuzk a little bit in the lead, but not by a lot. It's going to come down to how quickly they can get the shake now, really.
Now I think what I would do if I were, if I were in this position here, let me try refreshing the overlay just to see if we get those kill pictures back, by the way. There they are. We got them back. After getting the Robert kill, I would probably go to get the shake and, get the sugar. You can easily slip into the back of the Kronstadt paddock in any disguise and grab that sugar. And then Peekaboo Sierra. That way you have the disguise that you need, and then you just got to solve that problem of the car lift, right? You got to deal with those guards back there, that mechanic, and the event security in the distance. Time like a bullet distraction or something.
Or again, if you've already got the sheep disguise, you could just hop into the outside of the Kronstadt garage, and again, the speaker is a viable option. But
sure, yeah, definitely. And then that way you don't even have to worry about. Don't even have to worry about dealing with all the mechanics. You just wait for Sierra to do her little victory walk on the red carpet.
Just depends on how brave they are with the timing, really.
I honestly feel like that'd be easier than trying to clear out the car lift, because that's just so much work. I'm speaking from experience.
Yeah,
it's a lot of work.
I think it's one of those conditions that not a lot of people have practiced, and maybe a lot of people don't know about that speaker. I only recently found out that was actually a speaker that could be dropped.
Sure.
I've always just gone for the car lift before that. So I guess a lot of people may not know about it.
Yeah, the speaker is definitely. The more I think about it, the more I think that would be the way to go. I don't know if she walks out. It's not really friendly with the sugar strat though, because you can only sabotage Sierra with the sugar, and when she loses, she'll
walk
go
out
that
there.
way.
Yeah, she will. She'll walk straight.
She does.
For some reason, yeah, she will always walk along there. If she
Oh.
loses, I think she ends up a little bit closer to Moses, which means you have to kind of time it a little bit better. But yeah, she will always walk over there. I think that's just like her arrogance. That She'll always walk across the red carpet regardless.
Sierra is definitely.
Yeah, I think Rommel is eyeing up the speaker by the looks of it.
Yeah. Hopefully he can pull it off.
Pretty much, if Fuzk is going for the car lift, that might just be too slow against the speaker, but we'll see.
Yeah, that definitely seems like more work, greater risk. But we'll see if Rommel has better luck with speaker, because they're probably gonna do different things here. But then again, maybe Fuzk will surprise us. He does get the peekaboo on Sierra.
I feel like he's probably got. Yeah, Rommel's definitely. I don't know actually, because Rommel's just lured in the other guy from outside.
Wonder what he's thinking here with this.
Which you would normally do that if you were going for the car lift. So maybe he's having second thoughts on that one.
Yeah, if you've never practiced that speaker drop, I would certainly, if I were in their shoes, I would have reservations about trying it for the first time and hoping for the best. Yeah,
definitely. If you don't know the timing, it's going to be such an easy thing to rip on.
Mm-hmm. Now, what did Fuzk just? He just peekabooed.
I think Fuzk has got Sierra.
And Fuzk has Sierra. He's got Sierra pacified.
Yeah, he was just about to go out for the shake, but he's gone on to the. Yeah.
That was the photographer.
He avoided going out.
Enforced him on the red carpet there. Photographer says
he avoided going out the other way because he was going to get enforced.
And
he cornered himself a little bit there by not going back out. He could have just gone back out through the main doors of the garage and he would have been in a non-trespassing zone, unfortunately, then. But
yeah. Well, Roulette makes fools of us all from time to time.
We've all made a silly mistake like that at some point in a match.
Yeah. It's easy to sound so calm and knowledgeable, when you're in chat or when you're from the perspective of shoutcasting, but our competitors know, if you've ever competed in a roulette event, you know the immense pressure that you feel you are under when you are trying to complete one of these spins just as fast as you possibly can. It is not easy. I mean, it's sometimes easy.
If so much going on when you're... so many things to think about all the time when you're racing against somebody, which you don't get when you're just practicing or when you're just playing against yourself. You don't have that.
And I think roulette brain to some degree happens to all of the players. Maybe less so to the people who've been doing it since, Roulette Rivals, since the event started. I think perhaps those players are the most advantaged with being able to keep a cool head. But for everybody else, that pressure is certainly a factor, and I believe it still persists even for some of the roulette alumni, the ones who've been doing it.
This is my third tournament, and I'm still terrified before every match.
Same. Third tournament, and the nerves and the pressure are just unreal. Still very much a factor. So Fuzk gets Robert, he's got Robert. He's going to get the race marshal disguise, go back and get the kill rather than getting the kill outright. So he's got a little bit more back and forth here to do.
Would like to see one of them do the peekaboo on
Rommel's going for the speaker.
You can actually...
He's aiming for the speaker. Okay, all eyes on Rommel. Moment of truth. Got a clear shot on the bracket.
I hope he knows the timing.
Robert gets found from Rommel.
Oh no!
And he misses the shot on Sierra too. You know what? I bet seeing that body found probably really just threw him for a loop, and he was like, "What?" And that compounded the missing the shot.
Yeah, I've never had Bobby found on that top panel, but I know he can get found eventually. I've never personally had him found.
I wonder if he discovered that. He left him on the roof. He left him behind the air conditioning vent, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
So...
yeah, I'm not sure. I say I've heard from people that he can be found there, which is why people tend to always drag him into that room. But I've
Right.
never personally had it, so I don't know who it is that actually spots him.
I think it's the race marshal. I think it's the race marshal that's up there overlooking the race. Because he's up there
Oh, in
looking...
the booth. Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, it could be him. I don't think there's any... Maybe it's one of the
It could be
security
in
guards in
the
the
booth,
Kronstadt room,
maybe.
too.
Yeah.
Possibly the
Or
booth.
the two, yeah.
The coordinators
The
looking...
two race directors that are in the booth, maybe. Just
Yeah.
one of them decides to look that way eventually.
That's...
This is the problem when you get so far. I mean, again, that you like... It can happen on places like Santa Fortuna and Mumbai when you get so far into a spin that you just don't know if a cycle is going to randomly change, because you don't normally spend that long in a match.
Right.
So some things can just randomly happen after so long on some of these maps.
Yeah. It can be hard to account for who exactly, sometimes, not in this particular case, but sometimes it's as simple as like a guard finding a weapon from somebody who was pacified and you just forgot to tidy up, or leaving a briefcase around. They'll pick it up and haul it to the nearest box, and sometimes these expose additional eyes to areas that you thought were previously safe, or no one's going to come in here, and if you just forget certain things or you leave bodies in bad places, you will pay the price. Not always right away.
Yeah, leaving a gun in the wrong place is...
Ooh, Rommel's having
a
hard
big
luck
one,
hitting that laptop. He could not. He hit like 2 whole clips into it and missed every shot. So he's going to go up there and shoot it.
Johnny's saying in the chat it's the guard in the Kronstadt security room that's seeing him, which makes sense because he does kind of turn and look out that window. So
yeah, he does walk around a little bit. In fact, they both do. So
I think this is one of those moments, like there's certain places where you just always box or always drag just to be safe. It takes a few seconds. I know sometimes your brain just forgets to do it, or you just think it's safe, but
right.
I've learned, like, I've been ripped by taking out the mechanic in the back of the Kronstadt garage before, and I've had him found, and since then I've never not boxed him, because you just, once it happens once, you'll never do it again.
Exactly. It reinforces like paranoia and just this feeling of like I don't know what I can trust. I don't know what's safe, so I'm going to be extra safe. And
just the utter randomness of Hitman sometimes.
Sure, yeah. Consistency is a bit of a taboo word at times with Hitman.
I like to say the only thing consistent about this game is the inconsistency.
Yeah, and that's definitely something you hear a lot of players say and agree with too. So here comes
Rommel's back up.
Yes, Rommel's about to pounce on Bobby here. He's in his needed disguise. He's got his SMG. There goes Robert. Fuzk is positioned to take the Shake's disguise here. And then we just need to see...
Rommel's opted to drop him off onto the racetrack, which as far as I know is safe.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because he falls down into a little bit that can't be seen.
Hidden in a pile of tires, or behind a wall of tires, I guess.
Yeah. So Fuzk has got the upper hand a little here, but again, he's going potentially for the slower Sierra strat, so Rommel could catch up quite quick.
And it was interesting to note when Rommel did try to do that falling object on Sierra, the way the speaker falls, it doesn't drop straight down, right? Like the top of the speaker swings forward. And so you kind of have to wait. I think you might want to wait to take that shot like a second beyond the time where you think you're good to take the shot, just because it falls forward instead of falling down.
Yeah, essentially like two paces in front of where she's below the speaker,
right?
Because then that accounts for the arc of the speaker.
Yep. So
again, it's one of those ones I think Rommel's found out already. If you haven't practiced it, it's all just about the timing, and if you it's not the type of thing you want to be messing up.
Yeah, definitely. Not an easy thing to try for the first time, or even the first couple of times, probably. It's definitely something you benefit from practicing, so get out there and practice, all you roulette competitors. Practice your Sierra falling object kills. Rommel's waiting for an opportunity here with the Shake. Fuzk, meanwhile, in the Shake's outfit, in the Kronstadt garage, set to start this sugar isolation. And see how we attempt this falling object kill again. Now, there are only 14 minutes left in the spin. We're 7 minutes deep here. So if Fuzk has to restart again, there's probably only, you know, one more attempt to be made here, I want to say.
Yeah. Yeah, he's probably looking at about 9-10 minutes for a spin here. So, yeah, one more chance. Rommel, maybe 2. But, again, it's going to depend. Hopefully they don't rip. But, yeah, they're rapidly running out of time.
Yeah. And yeah, when you see the clock like this and you know the spin link, you're looking at how much time is left. Like the pressure just builds and builds and builds. You're constantly being driven forward by you know, the fear of watching that timer shrink and wondering, you know, why hasn't my opponent finished yet? They're having a hard time too. Are they finally? You know, are they going to pull it together before I pull it together?
I know that's my biggest thing is how have they not finished yet?
Yeah.
They should be done by now, but they're not.
There's very much a psychological element to competing that you have to manage, try to keep in check. Fuzk does get the peekaboo on Sierra once more, bringing her into the
see here. Rommel has rapidly caught up now.
Yes, Rommel's.
He's got the chic and he's ready to do the sugar lure.
Only a few paces behind.
Shows the difference in the strats here.
I really like that speaker strat, honestly. I feel like that's the way to go. That's the way to get the falling object kill.
Yeah, I think the only difference would be is that the car can be done remotely with a breaching charge, so a little bit spin dependent if you wanted to try and save some time that way. But yeah, I think in most cases the speaker is probably your safest.
Now Fuzk is going to go for a snail here, but when these guards fall, they're going to fall in the zone, the impact zone of where the car drops. So they have to be dragged out of the way, or else they're going to be a non-target.
If he takes out the mechanic that stands outside, he shouldn't have a problem. It's whether he knows that person can rip him or not.
Does know. I was messing around with this during a spin.
I didn't see if he bought a breacher to do it on exit, or if he's just going to go for pushing the button. I assume he's just going to go. But if he doesn't take out that mechanic, he will hear the drop. Yeah,
he's going to take out that mechanic, and then if I were him, I would also try a bullet distraction in the distance for that event security who's looking at his clipboard or tablet or whatever he's looking at.
Yeah. You can see him debating it, debating what he's going to do.
He does do a head turn. That guard out there in the distance does do a head turn.
Yeah.
He's going to take out the evidence. Oh, he's going to miss.
That shouldn't matter too much, though. He's making a swift exit from that room.
Sure.
This could be very close.
Fuzk gets... Okay, he's got Sierra under the car lift. He manages to drag her there without any issue. Now, when he drops that, though, this is going to cause a problem. He's watching. He's aware that there's a risk here.
He's deciding whether he's a problem or not, isn't he?
Yeah. He's really thinking. Okay, he's waiting. He waited for that mechanic to move. He drops the lift. He gets the kill. Now that guard's coming to investigate. See, he's got the question mark above his head. He's walking right now, so Fuzk is going to have to think fast here. He's going to go for a seeker shot. Get spotted. Does he come further in, or is that all the further he goes to look? Looks like he didn't want to come any more further in.
Just about to get the speaker again, by the looks of it. Assume they're both going to go for a medic exit. So this
Fuzk is going for a generator. He's going for the medic exit.
Yeah, choosing not to get the free medic disguise in the room. Whether he doesn't know about that, I'm not sure.
He must have forgotten about the free medic. Here goes.
Test in the vent.
Nice use of bullet distraction to stop her in...
He's got it. This is going to be
Did you see that from Rommel? That was beautiful. We are very much likely to see a photo finish here. He used a bullet impact on the wall to stop her when she was standing straight under the speaker.
Okay, Rommel's...
What's Rommel?
I think he's going for the hotel exit. He's going for the hotel with the crowbar.
Oh, Rommel. This may cost you.
Yeah, They've both had quite a few restarts.
Wow, I think he just handed
so
it. I think he just handed a win to Fuzk here.
Again, whether he didn't know about the free medic. That could be make or break.
That was an extra 20, 25 seconds. It might still be within photo finish territory, but he handed a large advantage to Fuzk there.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll be kicking himself once he realizes the medic.
So that is definitely going to be photo finish. The in-game time difference there, Rommel's done it in 9 minutes 54 seconds, Fuzk in 11 minutes 36 seconds. Each kill looked legitimate, was done, right method, right disguise. So now we are going to see, we are going to wait while our match admin calculates the photo finish. I'm going to bring up some Hitman Miami music while we wait for that.
Doesn't get much better than the Miami Lounge music.
Oh yeah, I agree. I'm also quite partial to the Kronstadt Paddock. It's very kind of chill D&B track here.
Ooh, apologies about my squeaky chair.
No worries, you've got your noise filters and everything configured appropriately. I heard no such squeaky chair.
Oh, awesome.
This could go down to the wire indeed. Why does that sound so familiar?
Chris has just posted the Fuzz currently 32 seconds he exited before, so
oof.
We've had quite a few restarts on both sides.
So if Fuzk had a 32...
didn't really see who was loading in quicker, to be honest.
If Fuzk has a 32 second faster exit, just, man, that long
if he's
run,
got a faster PC, that could quickly evaporate, depending on how quick he was loading in.
I think Fuzk will take it, is my prediction. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, 32 seconds is a lot of ground to make up.
Yeah, especially through loading screens. But
he'll definitely be kicking himself once he thinks of the medic exit, unfortunately, but that's just a roulette brain situation, isn't it?
Yeah, and to be fair, Fuzk didn't have the most optimal medic exit either, because he waited for the generator to distract the medic and take the disguise and all that stuff. So could have been faster there too. This will be interesting to see how the photo finish shakes out. So for those who don't know, what's a photo finish? What is this? I don't know what a photo finish means. What a photo finish means is when both players complete the spin, they hit the done on the spin link that is sent to them within 47 seconds real time between when each player clicks done. The match admin has to go back and review the amount of time spent in loading screens. So from the time the spin started till the time each player hit done, minus the amount of time each player spent looking at a loading screen is, removed from their total time. And whoever has completed the spin with less time is declared the victor and will get those 2 points. And that is simply to account for hardware differences. If a player is sat in a loading screen for a total of 20 seconds, that's not actually time spent where they were playing or even in their inventory planning what their next move is going to be, for instance. So it really all just comes down to who did it faster in real time. So that calculation serves to make sure that we give the points to whoever actually did it faster, not just whoever loaded faster.
Yeah, and interesting now as well as the new rule, the 2 second rule, which I think helps the admins, and I think that's quite a nice rule. So if they're within 2 seconds of each other, obviously it's a draw now, isn't it? So
I agree.
I know they had a few in the last tournament where the timings were virtually zero.
Yeah, just like 1 second. There were at least a couple that were 1 or 2 seconds apart, and that I think is a very fair rule, because that could easily be, time where you're just kind of fumbling between alt-tabbing and trying to click the done link or something. So if it's like a 2 second window, both players, if a photo finish determines that each player completed the spin merely 2 seconds apart, that would be declared a draw, where each player is awarded 1 point. I like that rule, I have to say. I'm a fan of that.
Fuzk is going for as many emetics as he can carry at the moment. I wonder how that will play out when the spin arrives.
So yes, we have wrapped up here on Miami. Miami was Rommel's pick. We'll pay out our prediction as soon as we get a determination from our match admin. That is Chris, X3. And once we know who wins Miami, we will, or, if there's a draw, possibly, I suppose that's a possibility, we will then head off to Mendoza, which is Fuzk's choice. So depending on how things shake out, we may only be up for 2 matches today. It'll just be, each player's choice, and then we'll have a clear winner, and then we'll call it. But if things get a little bit messy, if we get some draws, some ties, then we may have a 3rd decider map, possibly even a 4th, although that's not likely. It certainly isn't impossible either. So we can...
No, definitely not. I think we've had one match go to 4, I think, haven't we, already?
Yeah, definitely some of the early, like, round 1 and round 2 matches, some of them have persisted for over 2 hours. I think one went for nearly 3.
Yeah.
And that's just how roulette goes sometimes, It's sometimes we're in it, and we're in it for the long haul, and you gotta have stamina as a player, you gotta have stamina as a shoutcaster, and as a match admin as well. You're there watching and hoping to make sure everything is running the way it's supposed to run.
Yeah, definitely. It's easy to lose focus after that long, I think, but a lot
for
of
sure.
players hopefully keep it.
And each player had a number of rips and reloads there too. So Chris has got his work cut out for him, calculating that time for each player. There was half a dozen or so restarts, maybe.
Yeah, there was a few in quick succession near the beginning.
Sure.
A couple of running into enforcers and just bits like that. Comparatively, quite a long Miami in terms of real time, but falling object is a tough one. So I think you got your 3 tough ones of falling object, fall, and falling object for Bobby, and all 3 of those can cause just a nightmare if you don't know how to do it, or if you just can't quite get the right grip on it, then you're going to keep ripping, unfortunately.
Yeah, definitely. And
it's not too many in Miami that are difficult, but there are a few.
yeah, that's one of them for sure. Also, Old Axe. Old Axe for Robert Knox is a pain, not necessarily difficult, but very time-consuming. The spin that I had, I forget who it was against, but I played on Miami against somebody, and it was Sierra Falling Object as race coordinator, and Robert Knox, Old Axe as the mascot, and that Falling Object Sierra really just messed me up.
That's one of those situations again where you think to yourself, do I just try and carry the Old Axe across the map, or do I go and get a Kronstadt security and play it safe?
Sure.
And you've always got those little decisions whether you play it safe or do you just go a bit risky. It's actually easier than you'd think to get the Old Axe across the map.
Sure.
But it's, when you're in the heat of the moment, you just think, ooh, do I want to do that or do I not?
Yeah, there's so much there's so much like pressure on your shoulders that you think twice about every risk that you feel that, there's obviously no shortage of risks you can take when you play this game. You can use bullet distractions left and right, and try running around with illegal items in your hands, and it's certainly thrilling to watch that kind of stuff play out live. But when you're holding the sticks and you got the controller in your hands and you're the one making those decisions, it's a very different story. I don't think any player makes those sorts of risky decisions confidently. There's always a bit of unease that accompanies each decision like that. It's got to hope for the best.
Unless your name is something like Ducker, in which case you just do it and it works.
Yeah, they make it look so easy, don't they?
Yeah.
Welcome, Raiders, from GK Punk's stream. We are 1 match in to the matchup here between Rommel of the Far East versus Fuzk. We've just completed Miami. Our match admin is currently sorting out the photo finish situation. Fuzk had a lead of 32 seconds. It's possible that Rommel spent maybe a dozen or so seconds, maybe 24 seconds in a load screen. Hard to say for sure. But yes, we will have a determination soon on who won Miami. That was Rommel's pick, and after that determination comes in, we will be off to Mendoza, which is chosen by Fuzk.
Props to Chris here, because we've been waiting about 10 minutes now. There's got to be a lot of calculations going on here.
Sure, yes.
It can't be easy to go back and timestamp all of those.
Yes, props and shout outs to all of the behind the scenes people who do work, our match admins, the server admins, Mr. Mike, everyone. There's a lot of people doing things behind the scenes to help make these matches happen and to make sure that they flow smoothly. Plus the shoutcasters too. But mostly them. Mostly all of the behind the scenes work who, everyone just donates their time and stuff to make these matches happen because they all love the game and we all love the game. And we all love to see it happen. Oh, one of the competitors did not show up. No match happened. Is unfortunate. Well, that never happens, does it?
One day.
Certainly didn't happen this morning. I do see it looks like we will have a determination by our match admin here soon. So everyone just sit tight and have an update here for you very shortly. So Rommel finished with 54 seconds of loading across 7 starts. Fuzk finished with 27 seconds of loading across 4 starts. So Fuzk won Miami by just 5 seconds. Wow.
That was
a lot closer than I thought it would be.
Definitely, yeah.
Well,
so
GG's
Fuzk evidently
Fuzk.
has the quicker loading times overall.
Yeah. Wow, I don't believe it only came down to 5 seconds. That goes to show that's why we do the photo finishes to see how fast did the victor do it versus their opponent. Score. And as it turns out, just 5 seconds.
You were losing.
Just 5 seconds by Fuzk, but well played by both. Very cool to see the different strats, and it was cool to see Rommel get the falling speaker kill for Sierra, and Fuzk making the car drop work for him as well. That was awesome. That was a great spin. Let's pay out our prediction here. Everyone who voted for Fuzk, enjoy your channel points.
What I like as well is something that you don't see all the time is somebody changing a strat when they realise it hasn't worked. And I think Rommel worked out after a couple of goes that his original strat wasn't going to work, switched it up, and that's what ended up getting him a lot closer.
So we will start a new prediction here, and we will be off to Mendoza, and we will have our spin in just a few minutes, I would imagine. In the meantime, though, we'll start another prediction.
What do you like to see from Mendoza, then?
For Mendoza, I want to see Falling Object Tamara. Falling Object for Tamara is interesting because my mind goes to one particular moment I saw. David Red Sox did an incredible play with bumping Tamara in front of a door, and he got her with a planter. Like he kept her.
That was incredible.
Kept her locked down in front of this doorway and waited until some nearby NPCs were wandering off, that he was able to just shoot it straight onto her while he was standing
his head,
in front of it.
essentially, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, super cool to see. So I'd like to see another Falling Object Tamara.
I know Falling Object can be done remote here as well, but it's one of those ones, again, if you don't know how to do it, you may struggle. I mean, if you've got something like Falling Object in, let's say the winery worker who's not allowed to be anywhere on this level, that's where you could end up having a problem.
Sure.
Unfortunately, I don't think there's many for Don. I don't think there's many that are really overly tricky for him. Live kills can be tricky. I'd like to see a live kill for Don would be nice. But yeah, definitely Falling Object. That kind of.
How about you?
Throws
Do
the
you
cat
have
amongst the pigeons, as we would say.
Do you have any preferred kills or things that you think are particularly interesting to see on Mendoza?
The falling object would be my main one.
Sure.
I think that was going to be my choice as well. I do like to see that. So yeah, I think people are torn on Mendoza. A lot of people don't like Mendoza. I don't mind it particularly. But
yeah, I like Mendoza.
It's another one. It's kind of a routine roulette map, really, where
Sure.
you're very pressed to not see a way to start.
Yeah, waiter start, for those who don't know, is sort of one of the recommended meta starts. It works, it's viable for a majority of the spins, let's say. Gives you easy access to Tamara. Probably not the best start if you need like a live kill on Tamara, but yeah, it gives you quick access to separate her from her bodyguard and get her, pacified in some bushes. If you use the sedative bubblegum, you don't even need to be there to do it. You just need to throw them into the bushes and she goes and sedates herself. So taking a look at some of our performance here, Rommel of the Far East has performed on Mendoza a total of 5 times with 1 win and 4 losses. Fuzk, on the other hand, has played here 8 times with 5 wins and 3 losses. So the stats look a little bit better for Fuzk, but I always like to remind players that statistics really don't mean anything in the context of an individual match. If the players have been practicing, then they are, the stats wouldn't reflect that. So we've got our spin here. If you don't mind, Crewdy, I will take this one. We have Don Archibald Yates, eliminated with injected poison, disguised as the sommelier, and Tamara Vidal, eliminated using a fall, disguised as the asado chef. Okay,
I like this one.
Yeah, I like this spin too.
Yeah, we got one live kill. Fall isn't too bad for Tamara, but there's a few wandering eyes that can spot you. I imagine this will be a chef start, because otherwise the asado chef is an absolute nightmare to get.
Sure.
So you would assume, and the only difference is if you start asado chef, Tamara starts in her default location, so you will have a bit of waiting around for her.
Sure. And most players opt to just get her sick because she goes into the bathroom, but that would not be... I don't think that would be the best place to get her, because if you did get her in the bathroom, you'd have some dragging to do in order to get her a place where you could dump her.
I believe you can drop her over the stairs underneath where the lone worker is, in just where Rommel is going here. You can dump her over those stairs, I believe.
Oh, sure.
But
right.
you've still got to drag her all the way over there, get her past the security room, and clear the bathroom and everything like that. So
a few eyeballs to deal with for sure. So Rommel is, what are we going to see Rommel do first here? Maybe
I think this is one of those situations where you have to weigh up the amount of time it takes her to get here versus how long it's going to take you to get an asado chef, which...
Right.
Not my limited knowledge of Mendoza, I'm not entirely sure which would be quicker, to be honest with you.
So Fuzk is in there as the asado chef.
Rommel just got spotted in the security room.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So he's back to square one, too. Fuzk gonna get out of the asado chef disguise, just like we saw Rommel do as well. Fuzk heading down. I think we're gonna see them head for the sommelier first.
Yeah.
Try and get Don while he's still in his villa.
They might try to seek him as he's on his way out of the villa, which will then pull him back in, I imagine.
Yeah, it all just depends on how quickly they can get the sommelier disguise and get back up to him.
Yeah.
Tamara's got some walking to do till she even arrives at the party. So this is the time to try and get Don Yates killed.
Yeah, they've got a little while, and again, I imagine they will seek her while she's standing at the bar. Just inside the entrance is kind of the standard place to get her. You can shoot through the ceiling, or you can shoot from one of the corners of the restaurant.
I was just about to ask if that's the one where you can like open the panels from the top
floor.
You
can do it. You can do it either way. Kind of depends which one you're comfortable with. Or the other option is you can sit back in one of the back corners of the room and get her from there.
Fuzk gets a great dart on the sommelier there, and he's now dressed up as Mr. Flowers, and is all set to head off and try and get that Don Yates injected poison kill. Hopefully he can get back up there to the villa without much delay and difficulty. Rommel is about to get that as well. Why is there a time countdown? Do you see that there's a timer and for one of Rommel's objectives? What is that? Time remaining.
I think he disabled the security doors so that he could get into the room easier.
Sure.
So he gets a minute before they reset themselves.
Gotcha.
Oh, I forget. Is the sommelier allowed in the villa? I think he possibly is. Oh, he's not allowed under here, which is interesting.
Just running through, trying to outrun
To be honest,
the
I would have
whooshes.
assumed he was legal in there because that's where they go for the meeting. But
Unfortunate.
one.
Both players back
dual
on even
restarts
footing.
though. Yeah.
So they both know what to do. Their moves are very synchronized here. Oh, Fuzk did not change out of his Asado chef disguise, actually. And he's going a different direction than Rommel now. Rommel heading through that little security hallway. Fuzk in the basement down here. We're going to see him do, like, clear this out, maybe?
Yeah, possibly. Could just run around the back of the room to get through if he needs to.
Oh,
but
he gets himself spotted through a, presumably a gap in the barrels there. We could call that a wall hack, probably. Yeah, to be able
eagle vision.
to be able to see through the gaps in that stack of barrels, you know, that's
yeah. So that
unfortunate.
room there that he was in is actually another place where you can get Tamara as well. Where you can, if you KO the 3 people in that room, you can leave her sitting underneath the chandelier on the table.
Sure.
And you can actually take her out there for a remote. But it's a bit of a more of a long-winded setup, but it does allow you to do a remote kill if you need to. We've got fall, sorry, haven't we? Not falling object.
Yes, Tamara is fall.
Yes,
we were
sorry,
talking about falling object.
I'm thinking of our conversation now.
Yeah. Hopefully we get to see a falling
But there
object
you go, there's
tomorrow.
a tidbit anyway for anyone looking for falling object.
Oh my gosh. Rommel smashed the sommelier down the vent there.
Lucky that's not a long fall.
Sure. Now Fuzk is heading to get his sommelier disguise as well. Almost just trying to tidy up here a bit. Moving those
Yeah, I feel
signals
like they're
bodies
both heading along the same lines here.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be a case of who can off quicker.
Who can pull it off? Yeah, they both. It's easy sometimes to conceive of the strat, but pulling it off is another
I
matter.
really like this
entirely.
grab from Fuzk. That's a nice grab on the sommelier.
Definitely. And that's just a matter of running through the right tunnels to get to that vent that he's puts himself at.
Yeah.
Now Rommel just did
I think
Rommel
he's
drop some kind of
debating which
explosive?
way to go.
No, Fuzk. I think Fuzk put something in his briefcase there. A briefcase bomb, maybe.
This one looks like an accident. What a freaking mess.
Fuzk is opting to go through the basement again. Hopefully
More
not gonna get
carefully this
spotted time. Yeah.
Now, Rumble's made a mess down here at the bottom of these stairs, but this might be, maybe he'd be able to use this area for getting the fall kill on Tamara. That might
Yeah,
be
I
why
wonder if he's thinking of chucking her into the water there.
Mm-hmm.
Get her in the toilets and drag her. He's got a lot of bodies to go through to get there, though.
Sure, and the more bodies you leave, especially when you don't leave them, when you don't put them away, I never feel safe leaving bodies lying out in the open. Even if they're in
No.
like a bush or some grass, because sometimes the wind blows the wrong way and reveals a big toe sticking out of the grass, and then you're ripped.
Yeah, definitely. Or just a dodgy head turn, which we all know some of the NPCs like to walk along shaking their heads quite a lot. So
Mm-hmm.
Fuzk is going to try and get Don down here, but feel
Nice
like he's probably just going to delegate.
peekaboo there, getting him down the stairs, but that's not really an ideal place to get an injected poison kill, is it? You can't really get him on the stairs, so unless he got him down to the bottom of the steps...
And his guards will follow him. His guards will always follow him unless he's seeked. He does have a emetic detonator somewhere. Was that in his briefcase? Is that what he's...
Yeah, I think so. I think Fuzk put it in
He
his
has the
briefcase.
detonator, but not the actual weapon. So.
Okay, now he's gonna go for peeling... Oh no, he gets spotted by the bodyguards.
That's those head turns we're talking about.
Yeah.
A little bit behind again. I'm just going to refresh the streams. I think Rommel is looking for a good place to try and get him now.
Right.
I'm not sure if you seek him out there. I'm not sure if he will just go to a ledge.
You know, I'm not sure either. I don't think I often seeker Don Yates.
No. This is where live kills are nice for Don. They kind of just throw things up a little.
Mm-hmm. It makes you think about what their routines are and how to, you know, what the best places are when they're when they isolate themselves. I know he goes into that office, which would be an ideal place, I think, to do it.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a wait before he goes in there.
I believe he's actually in there
now.
now.
Actually, no, he is actually in there now. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where he comes when he's done walking around in his backyard. There's a guard out there standing watch on the back porch.
And Valentina's coming back up as well.
One problem on top of another. It's very much the name of the game with roulette, isn't it?
He's 6 minutes
Pajero's
deep
telling
now.
us that if he's sick in the garden, he will just go over the ledge.
Over a ledge, yeah. I had a feeling that would be the case.
So Fuzk is working to go get himself the sommelier disguise.
Rommel's a little bit stuck between a rock and a hard place here. He's got a lot of bodies in between him and Yates at the moment.
Mm-hmm. One less now with Valentina. That
he's got a crowbar to the back of the head.
Yeah. Now Don has moved on. He's now heading through he's walking through the living room.
Yeah, I believe he'll come back up here after a time, won't he?
I don't know if it's 6 minutes
So
in though, is it?
Yeah, it might
It
just
is.
be, yeah, he looks like he hit. So this might just be a bit more of a waiting game for Rommel at the moment.
Both of our players, I do have audio turned on for both of them. It's just their in-game sounds are very quiet. We turned down.
Mr. Edwards, Don Yates, I have received your letter. I merely called to express my
No phone call for you, Don Yates. He has been poisoned as the sommelier. So Rommel,
That puts
one
Rommel
kill
in the
down,
lead, but
one to
7
go.
minutes in, I've got no idea where Tamara will be at this point in her. She might even be down towards the tour, in which case he's going to struggle because it's hard to get them away from the wine tour.
Sure.
Once they're there, they kind of don't react to anything almost.
And that's a long scripted sequence too. That's several minutes at least. And doesn't it end with them?
Yeah.
After the tour, it ends with them going to their little dungeon wine toast ceremony.
Yeah, I'm not sure I've ever got that far into a Mendoza spin, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I'm thinking
This
back
is,
to
this
when
is what,
I
kind of
first.
what I was saying earlier is when you get this far into a spin, sometimes you just don't know where people are or what's going to happen because you're not used to being this far into a spin.
Yeah, definitely gives you
Ooh, nice.
some pause.
Not sure if that was an. Okay, I thought Fuzk had peekaboo Don then, but he seeked him.
Yes. Secret him such that he would put himself in the bathroom here. Perfect time for some injected poison.
Little poke to the back.
He's cured of his nausea.
Okay, so Tamara's in a pretty good position here. Is he going to risk taking a shot, though? I know I wouldn't. Or has he already taken the shot? No, he hasn't, yeah.
Not yet. She's just doing her thing.
He may struggle to find a good
Oh,
position
wait.
for a shot here.
No, she's just turned around. She did that. You know how sometimes when
Well,
a
he
mate's
could-
sick, they kind of do like a back and forth.
There is an option here. So Tamara does actually have a lure as well. If you dress as the waiter and stand behind the bar, she will always gravitate towards you. I don't know if that depends on how far out she is on the map, but I know if she's in the proximity, she will always gravitate towards you to get the drink. So you can poison her and get her to the toilets. Whether he knows that,
Looks like
or
he's
whether
gonna
he's going to risk trying to take a shot from somewhere.
do a bunch
potentially
of
even try to get
bumping
her.
here.
Yeah, he might be even trying to do the lure into the bushes.
I
Here.
think so, and then probably dump her over the railing that just overlooks, out into the distance there.
I believe he left his asado chef just in the corridor, didn't he?
He's gonna seeker her. He's bumping her just to seeker her. He does get the dart, but I believe from this
He's
location,
going to go to the railing now, I would imagine.
yeah, from this location, she'll walk to the bathroom.
Yeah. Does she not go to the railing? I'm not sure.
I think
That
it
might
just
depend on
depends. It depends on
proximity.
where she's at. I have seen her go to the railing before, but I've also
just
seen her go to the bathroom
turned.
too.
Okay.
She's changing her mind. No, there you go. Yeah, she's going to take the long route, but she is going down there.
Oh, so after, okay, so I guess there was when they did the emetic patch that made them prioritize toilets. Getting some confirmation from our users in chat saying she is hard-coded basically
Which
to go to
voice
that
goes?
toilet.
Okay.
Now,
He's
if
debating, but that's...
what's he doing?
Oh,
Oh, Rommel, panic.
He wasn't trespassing
What
there, was
the
it? That
heck?
count as a gun flash?
The body just like flopped down from the ceiling. Okay, well, unfortunately, Rommel.
Oh, that's going to be tough to take.
I think Rommel's just checking here to see if there's a dump
Yeah,
eliminate
he's going
prompt,
to make
and,
sure.
and there is.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Oh,
As
but
he-
yeah, saying yes, he saw. Of course, he saw the waiter's body behind the. He obviously didn't hide it quite enough behind the barrier. Could be a see-through barrier. Who knows with this map?
Yeah, I think that barrier is actually
That's-
like a card. It's like a cage card, and there might be a gap between like the wheels, and the body could be spotted under it. Yeah, it's who knows.
That's gonna sting. And
Back to square
Just
one
got
for Rommel. Fuzk
yeah, a
has
little bit of composure needed now to just.
Yeah, that was a pretty. It seemed like
Head
a
down
pretty
and
solid
focus.
strat. Seemed like a good one. Now Fuzk has a huge advantage here. One target down. In the disguise needed for the other kill. Just needs to now figure out how to get this fall kill on Tamara.
Yeah, if Rommel can streamline his kill on Don, he's going to make it a lot closer, potentially. Fuzk's got a fart in a box.
This would send her to the bathroom. Who's he going to use it on here? I wonder. The guards. Oh, look at this. He's getting the guards out of the
Okay.
way. Oh, if he can pull this off.
Is he just going to push her?
I think so. There's a lot of
Because
people
Diana
out
won't
here, though.
enforce, will she?
No, Diana's team 47.
He-
He's
That
gonna
guard's
go
got
for
a
it.
bit of a nasty head turn, and there is another NPC that walks over to him as well.
What do you think? Is
He's
this
debating
gonna
whether he
work
risks
out?
it,
Oh, he's
yeah.
gonna go for it. He's already used his emetic mine. He's gonna go for it.
There's another NPC, the
Yeah.
lady in the pink dress there. She'll stay there for a few minutes.
Oh, what's he thinking? He's got a little bit of time while the guards are away, but they're not gonna stay here and have a conversation forever.
He's just
know.
checking every
I want to
guard.
see him. I want to see him do it. Truthfully, I do.
Nah,
He's got a seeker.
Yeah, I think he's opted against it,
Hmm.
which might be the best shout at 8 minutes in.
Oh, but I really wanted to see a push. I really wanted to see a push.
That would have been
there.
one for the highlight reel, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. You can't fault him
That's
for
what we
wanting to
want.
play it
We
safe.
want highlight reel worthy moments.
Our ideal matches are matches that are full of highlight moments.
Chat is saying do it a
Do
lot.
We all want to see some crazy stuff, but when you're playing, you rarely want to try the crazy strats. I feel like you only do the crazy stuff when you feel you have no other option.
Yeah, I think if that was maybe at the beginning of the spin, he may have thought,
but this should work.
You know, maybe
Fuzk.
I've got a chance here.
Just go ahead and get in there and dump her over the railing, and
yeah,
that's what he's gonna do.
But again, we're seeing 20 minutes into a round, and he's just thinking, is it worth the risk of doing it?
So he's got the kill. Now he just needs to get out. Hopefully he grabbed Don Yates' car keys, because the Asado chef is allowed up there.
I think he's going to go for the Diana exit.
Yeah. He's trying to look down, look away to get Diana to come back.
Randomly teleport there at any point.
Is this going to work?
I think you just have to keep looking around, and eventually she'll kind of teleport towards you slowly. If you're not looking at her on the screen, she will start to teleport, I believe. He may have been better off just running through the checkpoint and going for the car here, though.
Yeah, I thought he would have grabbed the car keys while he was up there. Rommel does have some camera trouble there, so he'll have to worry about that, but I don't know, Fuzk. Don't you have the car keys? He must not have them.
He's wasting a lot of time, though. I think Diana is...
Oh, there she goes.
Looking across the table.
Alright, there you go. Fuzk has finished, and as long as our admin confirms everything looks legit. Look at him dancing with his suitcase, tucked gently against between it's 47, Diana, and that highly durable suitcase. What a sweet moment.
Finds you, 47. He is untraceable, and he never lets you forget it. He is cocky.
So we just have to see the 5-star screen.
What's the plan?
Too many eyes.
Yeah, this just takes a long time, doesn't it?
Yeah, it takes a...
I believe
it's a
the
little
timer
bit-
stops as soon as you press the button, though, doesn't it?
It
as soon as
does.
you start the tango, so...
It does. So we'll see
Fortunately, another unskippable...
5-star screen here. There it is. 10 minutes, 32 seconds in game time. 5-star Silent Assassin. GG's Fuzk on taking all 4 points in this matchup
Victory.
and surviving into the next round of the competition. Still in the lower bracket, but not out of the competition by any means. Rommel is unfortunately eliminated at this stage, but very well done by both of our players. Some great moments between both Miami and Mendoza. What were your highlights of the match here, would you say, Crewdy?
I think Rommel managing to catch up on Miami and get that speaker to really push that to a photo finish. That was really good use of good map knowledge, and just knowing that you can use that speaker to save a lot of time. I think that really pulled it back around and almost got him the win. So yeah, and that was quite enjoyable to see him catch up so quickly there.
Yeah, definitely very cool to see the falling object kill done in 2 different ways on Miami, and a little bit of a hair pull moment at the end there when both players chose to exfiltrate, I guess in suboptimal ways, Fuzk with not grabbing the free medic disguise, and also Rommel with running all the way to the sewer exit. But certainly nerves were a factor in both matches, especially Miami, which really did come down to the wire, as they say. And but
Yeah,
great,
by that
great
point your brain
matchup.
could feel a little bit fried, I think.
Yes, definitely. Let's take a quick look at our leaderboards here. Let's just interact with this. And let's see. Oh, why do I not have my music right here? So, our PC bracket. This was a lower bracket match. Let's take a look. So, Fuzk has advanced and will be facing the loser of match 40, which would be either Z-Rune or Cobalt 00122. So the loser of that match will go down to face Fuzk, looks like. And, you know, it's I guess it's possible at this point Fuzk and I may have a rematch in the lower bracket. We've already faced off against each other once up in the upper bracket, and if I move on from my match and Fuzk moves on from his next match in the lower bracket, we may very well end off facing off against each other again. So that would be a fun little roulette storyline.
No, I think you'd meet in the final, I believe. So,
oh, well,
so
even better.
You both get through to the final.
Even more of a dramatic storyline to
even
see
more
the
reason to
conclusion.
get through.
Yes. And
Time to
so,
get to the sharp end now.
yes. Let's take a look at our upcoming matches here. So keep your eyes peeled, everybody. Have you ever heard of hitmaps.com? It's a website. And on this website, you can play the roulette mode yourself. You can generate spins for your own Hitman playthroughs. You can also see all the times of the upcoming matches in your local time zone. Super handy. Go to hitmaps.com. Take a look. We've got some upcoming matches. Myself and Purple Key will be facing off this evening in just about 5 hours. Upcoming matches beyond that, we've got Fopper versus Chrome, Z-Rune versus Cobalt, and these are tomorrow's matches now. Z-Rune and Cobalt. Bordini Roy versus Mika. Oh Shoot Man versus Tanega, and Milk versus TK47, all on Friday. So, do stay tuned for these upcoming matches. Make sure you follow the Shoutcasters. Make sure you join Crewdy 7 Speedrunning Community Discord to stay tuned in for roulette news, as well as their other events, speedrunning competitions, contract creation competitions, and so much more. Nato Shoot Man? Oh, I don't know. That's what it looks like to me. Crewdy, any final thoughts you care to share before we sign off and take everybody over to someone streaming Hitman, possibly Munga?
I think you've summed it up pretty well. Just GG to both players. A fun match to watch.
Yes.
Thanks, Chris, for happening, and you for having me on the cast. It's been fun.
Thank you for joining. This was our first co-cast, and in my opinion, it was a smashing success. You certainly are cut out for it, I feel, so thank you for coming along for the Shoutcast. It was great to have you. And again, thank you to our match admin, Chris X3, for doing that work. Photo finishes and all that stuff. As always, it's a pleasure. Thank you to the Hitman community for coming out and hanging and supporting the roulette events. We're going to take you on over to Munga Dungalis. Everyone knows him. He always has great fun playing some Hitman. So let's go hang out and be excellent to yourself. Be excellent to each other. Stay safe out there, everybody. And we'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.